Hey guys! Alright, sorry if I'm a little under the weather still, so I sound kind of nasally, but I was anxious to do this video today. Sorry, my lighting looks a little weird too. I'm not in a hole, I promise. I'm in my kitchen. Anyway, I wanted to do this video today because I just really want to try to spread some more information about raw food and try to just make it simple and short and easy. I keep still finding so many people are so utterly confused about raw food and what it is and how to feed it to their pets. So many times people will ask me about the raw food and they want to feed the raw food. What kind of chicken should they get from their grocery store, or what kind of blender do they need to grind the meat, and how much bone or organs do they need to add, or things like that. And I just go, whoa, stop right there. We do not recommend anyone home making their own raw food unless you are going to consult with a veterinarian, like a veterinary nutritionist, and make sure that you're doing it absolutely correctly, because it has to be the right combination of the meat of the meat source, the muscle meat, enough of the organ meat and enough of the bone, and it has to be in the right combination. And then also you want to add small amounts of fibrous vegetables and even a little bit of very low sugar fruits to make it a complete diet. And on top of that, you also need to add vitamins, supplements, amino acids, and minerals, depending on what you're feeding. So right away, basically, I just tell everybody, no, don't go down that road. You don't need to. Years ago, 20 years ago, if you wanted to make your pets a raw food diet, then yeah, you had to do all that work and figure it out and make it yourself. But today, thankfully, we don't have to do that. We have many companies. Unfortunately, there's not as many as I would like to see, but there are several different companies that are making good quality, pre-made raw food meals for pets. And so I strongly urge everybody, if you want to feed a raw food diet, find where you can purchase a pre-made AAFCO approved. That means it's been the food formula has been verified and approved by the whatever AAFCO stands for, American Academy of Food Control Officials, something like that. But they test the foods and they make sure that it's containing all of the balanced nutrients that the pet needs. And then you're not taking a gamble and risking, like Russian roulette, that you're giving your pet the nutrients that it needs every day. Because if you home make food and you're missing some vital nutrient, it may seem fine for your pet for a couple of years, and then all of a sudden they could get, a heart condition or a liver condition or kidney condition or something, because they weren't getting a vital nutrient that was needed. So a lot of these companies even sell their product online now. You can look at chewy.com for different foods. There's another website called onlynaturalpet.com. There's a company called Small Batch. They make raw food, and I think they'll deliver. I'm not sure about that. Through the whole U.S. I know they were starting in California, so it might only be over there right now. But another company called Darwin's Raw, and I know they'll deliver countrywide. I personally feed Nature's Variety Instinct, and I'll show you that right here. Here's a bag of what I got for my boy Stubbin. I like Nature's Variety Instinct because they actually take a little extra precaution on their raw food, and they do what's called high pressure processing when they're done preparing the food into like the patty or the medallion or whatever you're buying. It goes through a process where the food is put under high pressure, and that helps to kill off any unwanted bacteria, like any harmful pathogenic bacteria like E. coli or salmonella or something that might have been in the raw food. So it's just another added layer of protection. So for myself personally, since I have immune compromise issues, and for the safety of my boy, I prefer that company. Now, you know, really overall, it's not a necessary step. Most all your raw food is going to be really pretty safe. You know, the companies, as long as you're getting it from a good company, they do their work, and their facilities are regulated, and you know, they have to meet certain qualifications. And I know one like Rad Cat, they even test every single batch of food. They specifically test for any pathogenic stuff before it goes out. So, you know, really, I know, like, I've heard veterinarians say your pet is just as much at risk of, especially like a low quality canned or dry food that comes from a low quality company where they're getting parts and pieces made overseas and all this stuff. Like, you're more at risk for your pet getting some kind of foodborne illness from something like that than you are even from a raw food diet, especially, you know, from a really good company. They're doing it well, and they're taking precautionary measures. But that's the one that I feed, and it's so easy. You know, all I gotta do is, it's just like a hamburger. I just take the patties out, I put them in a glass container, I put them in the refrigerator. By the next day, they're unthawed enough to feed. I feed that for 2-3 days until that amount's gone. Before it's gone, I take out another patty or two, thaw it, and continue. And it's just so easy. You know, you just take a little precaution. You wash your hands after touching the raw meat like you would anything else. I stick the plate he eats off and the food was into the dishwasher to make sure it's sterilized well. You do want to make sure you're feeding any raw food on a ceramic plate or stainless steel, just because plastics can harbor bacteria, so it's just best to not feed any raw food on plastic. So that's basically it. And I think I named a lot of the brands. I think I forgot Primal. Primal is another one. So, you know, look online. If you can't find any product online that you like, that you want to just have shipped to your house, your next thing will be to look up a local organic or holistic pet food store. Just type in holistic pet food stores near me on Google, or organic pet food stores near me. It'll pop up. Just give them a call and ask them what type of frozen raw food do they carry for cats or dogs, whatever you're looking for. And some companies have both. Most have both. And that's it. And then you can have a easy, affordable, pre-made raw diet that you know you're doing it well, and you're not risking your pet's health by not knowing what you're doing, by trying to make your own. Yeah, so I think that's about it. And you know, it's really the best way to go. You know, I've fed my cats. Well, I've done it all. I mean, I started the cattery 13 years ago, and I was not educated as I am now on what to feed, and I fed mostly a dry food diet. And then I learned about why that's bad for the cats and dehydrating and not providing enough protein and all that. And I switched to a canned food diet, and I saw how much healthier they got. And then I learned about the raw food and made the switch to raw food. And I'll never go back, because their entire bodies are, it's night and day. You can see just how much thicker their skin is, and supple and moisturized. And you know, people ask me what to do, why their cats are all dirty and oily and greasy, and or their skin's too dry or whatever. And all that has to do with what you're feeding them. What you're putting into their body reflects on the outside on how they look. So my baby will never get anything but raw. He thrives on it. He looks so much healthier, feels healthier, he plays better, he just really thrives. It's the best diet to help your pet not only live, but to thrive. All right, so if anyone has any questions, they can post below the video, and I'll try to respond back. All right, thanks guys.